This election's DNC is off to a very creepy start.
Attendees will have the opportunity to get a free abortion or vasectomy.
Providing free vasectomies and medication abortion. Emergency contraception will also be available for free without an appointment. An 18-foot IUD, 18-foot.
I'm Womb to Tomb Apologetics, here to teach you about conservative Christian thinking. Planned Parenthood's abortion bus stopping outside of the DNC is absolutely creepy. That's right, liberal men are lining up to have their balls clipped, and liberal women are lining up to sacrifice their children. People are even dressing up like abortion pills and marching around. And they have that inflatable birth control device too. This so trivializes these issues, and at the same time shows the left's obsession with them, that it's frankly not even shocking anymore. They treat this stuff like it's a big amusement park, like getting an abortion is a carnival ride. When they're in polite society, they tell us that abortion is serious and a sacred issue that people agonize over deciding. But when they enter their temple, they say instead,
"Step right up, get your abortions here."
Abortion is a holy sacrament to the left. This is their temple, this is their religion. And because these are medication abortions done with pills, people can actually go inside of the convention center and have their abortions while they're sitting listening to speeches. And the thing I want to impress upon you today is that none of this is actually new. Treating abortion like it's some sort of trivial joke is actually a long-standing tradition of radical leftist culture, mostly because they know how offensive it is to those who see abortion for what it actually is.
I think that they're doing what they're doing is for attention, and I think they're trying to upset us and hurt us.
There's no way that we can come there and have a logical discussion or argument, and so we don't want to give them credit for this absurdity.
The examples continue though. Here's a medical worker using dismemberment instruments as a Christmas tree topper to mock a holiday that celebrates the birth of a baby. Here's a movie about a fun girls' road trip to get an abortion. Here's a famous comedian blowing confetti for them. Abortion anniversary celebrations, calls for Disney princesses to have them, comics of Jesus helping people obtain them, aborted children used for art, abortion prawn, t-shirts, and even ice cream flavors. These aren't things that pro-lifers have made. They're things that the radical pro-choice left has made. So maybe it's time we stopped being so surprised by it all. Now, I want to be fair. They did have a grape survivor talk about her abortion on the stage of the DNC. And I think her story is valuable and it needs to be heard. People like that should not be cast aside as if their stories don't matter. That being said, it is a bit difficult to take the Democratic Party's agenda of using her up there seriously when Planned Parenthood is outside the convention passing out abortion pills out of a bus like candy. There's only one side that consistently treats this issue with respect. But let's talk about a deeper truth here. Why do radical leftists, at the core of it all, seek to abort their children and have vasectomies? There are a lot of surface level reasons, but the core reason, I believe, can be explained by the Bible. If you're a Christian, you know the beginning of Genesis quite well, but what you might not have picked up on is that in creation, God doesn't merely make the world, He orders it by separating things. Here you can see how many times He separates things. The final thing He separates are the pinnacles of His creation, mankind, made in His image. He separates it into man and woman. If you believe in the Bible, you know there is an entity called Satan, the adversary, Satan. And his goal is to disrupt, dismantle, and tear down God's creation, the opposite of creating. It is interesting that only one political group consistently uses those words in its vocabulary. Anyway, this explains other policies too, like the left's hostility towards police, which is also happening near the convention, weirdly enough.
Fuck you, pig! Didn't see it. Fuck you, pig! Fuck off, pig! I'll get your nose broken, pig! You lose a fight, you stupid fucking pig! Your face looks fucked up, pig! Fuck you, pig! You look fucked up, pig! I hate you! God, you are so fucking pathetic. Get a job.
And I hope you have nightmares about the people that Chicago police killed.
You're a fucking loser, kid. You're a
And I know
fucking
you're...
loser.
Disrupt, dismantle, tear down. Satan does this through smearing together what God designed to be apart, and by teaching people to reject what God created them to be, even if they have to carve themselves up to do it. Whether leftists realize it or not, the push to get your balls clipped is not really to save the environment. That might be the surface level understanding, but that's not what it's really about. Underneath that is the goal of denying one's manhood. The push to put devices in our bodies to make our wombs inhospitable to new life is not about human rights. It's about turning off the unique organs that make a woman the kind of thing God created her as, the kind of thing separate from a man. The push to gobble up abortion pills like candy is not about liberty. It's about destroying God's finest creation, the only thing God ever called very good. You see, it's always been a battle between life and the right to choose.
Satan would kill God if he could, but he can't. So he kills babies because he knows it wounds the heart of the Father and causes chaos on the earth. You see, abortion is actually the sacrament of Satan. Because abortion says, you must die so I can live. But Christ says, no, I must die so you can live. And chooses to enter human history in a uterus of all locations to redeem mankind from their sins. This is why Peter Kraft, the Catholic philosopher, he said, don't you know, church, abortion is the demonic parody of the Eucharist. That's why it uses the same holy, holy words. This is my body. But with the opposite blasphemous meaning.
Yeah.
Do you think it's a coincidence that the central phrase of the entire abortion industrial complex and the culture of death today are the same words of our Savior at the First Communion, this is my body? And because Planned Parenthood is not only the largest abortion provider in the world, they're the largest provider of transgender drugs. They call both of those mutilations health care.
Please subscribe if you found this valuable. I have lots more videos for you on apologetics and various similar topics. Thanks for listening.